Oh, you lovely, lovely, lovely people. 3 times there, eh? Let me tell you a little story. And this story did or would have concerned myself if I'd have accepted the offer. And this offer was a business a proposition to me from a foreigner. Now, the foreigner that I'm talking about is long since gone. He doesn't live here no more. He's gone back to his home country. Now, this foreigner had the gift of the gab, okay? And he had... Some of my subscribers might know who I'm talking about, but he had a tilapia farm. Not far from here, in a place just outside of... In fact, I think it's in Polanco. It's a barangay called Lugdungan. And I'm sorry about the pigs, they are feeding the pigs. But I will continue the story, okay? Because I haven't got a lot of time. So, this guy... Hello, my little boy's come back now, look. My little boy's come back onto the scene, look. Okay, son. Okay, I'll just do this video, okay? So, this guy had a tilapia fish farm. And he had 3 big fish pans. And it was right by a river, so getting the water was no problem. You know, you just take it out of the river. So he said to me one time, and I can't remember, it was about 4 years ago, I think. And he said to me, Stephen, do you want to be a partner in a fish farm? Well, I know a little bit about fish. Fishing, okay? Keeping tilapia is a different thing. So I kind of was humming and ahhing about it. And I looked up on it and I saw that, you know, tilapia is a good... It takes about 6 to 9 months from little fledglings to, you know, the size you can sell. So, that being said, I thought, there's something not right. If this is... And he's told me how much he was earning on these fish. And the 3 fish pans was, so it was a circle, you know, when that one's done, the weather... Anyway, so there was always fish to sell. So my immediate thought was, well, if this is so successful, why does he want a business partner, right? Why does he want a business partner? And his girlfriend was the owner on paper, not him. He's on a tourist visa at the time, you know, before he left the Philippines. He was on a tourist visa, so he couldn't legally have a business. But he was the brains behind it, I think. And I did think about it, okay? Because I had a little bit of money, didn't have a lot, but I had enough to maybe invest into this business. And there was a part, and he kept calling me all the time. Stephen, what do you think? What do you think? So, the figures were running around my head. And it was something that I could have done at that time, but I wouldn't have been able to build this house. So it was either that or that. And Caelan was born then. He was a baby. Yeah, he was a little baby then. And my wife kept saying to me, Stephen, there's something not right. And she didn't like him, you know, she met him a couple of times and just took an instant dislike to him. The way he looked, you know, like, yeah, I looked at my wife up and down and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, didn't take it, all right? And he kind of got angry. And I thought, well, you know, my answer is no, you know. And anyway, I blocked him, contact and everything like that because he was sending really bad texts and all that sort of stuff. And I knew then he was, you know, like he was a bad man. Anyway, I further learned down the line that he conned a Filipino into going into business with. Now this Filipino, I saw him, and around about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and we were talking about this. And he scammed this Filipino out of 350,000 pesos. 350,000 pesos. Now, this Filipino he's in with some, what would I say? Can't say dodgy people on here, but he knows people. Okay, let's just say that he knows people, and he scammed him. This foreigner scammed this Filipino, and a lot of you might be saying, "Way, a foreigner scammed a Filipino, not the other way around." It doesn't matter. The point is scamming from anybody to anybody is not good. If it's a Filipino scamming a foreigner or vice versa, it's not good. So this foreigner didn't really know this guy. He just thought, he's giving me money, he's lending me. And this foreigner took the money, and he was making out that he was buying this and buying that, the fledglings and all that sort of stuff and the feeds and all that, which was wrong, because if you're doing well in the business, you don't want a business partner, right? True? If you're doing well in the business and you've already got the facilities and everything like that, and it's running well, why would you want a business partner? But this Filipino fell for it, and he ended up giving him 350,000 pesos. And I think it was a bit more than that, to be honest with you, because he said that was the cash that he gave him, and other bits and pieces that was going along. And this guy did a runner. This foreigner, I was going to say his nationality then, but some of you might know him, or you might know of this story. He did a runner with the money, and with his girlfriend's money as well, because the girlfriend was selling the fish. So this guy was a proper scammer, and he picked on the wrong guy, because this Filipino guy, sent out feelers to find him. And apparently, I don't know, but apparently they did find him, and they said to him, if you don't give the money back, it's not going to end well for you. And miraculously, I think through his own safety, he did manage to find the 350,000 pesos that this Filipino gave him, and he gave him it back. And this Filipino guy, I won't mention no names or anything like that, told him to get out of the Philippines. He said you got a week to get out of the Philippines, and he did. He got out. So what I'm saying is, when some foreigners might give you a business proposition, and they might come across as gift of the gab and very nice and everything looks well on paper, think about it, because like I said, if the business is doing well and the business proposition looks too good to be true, it normally is, right? It normally is, because no one gives anything away for nothing. They don't. It's like me saying, I got a great business, it's doing very, very well. Do you want a partnership with me? Well, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to split my profits with someone when the business is doing super well? And I'm surprised that this Filipino was taken in by it. But like I said, this foreigner had the gift of the gab. And I suppose the Filipino might have thought, he's a foreigner, he's not going to scam me. It's normally the opposite way around. But yeah. And this guy left the Philippines. Don't trust anybody. When it comes to your money and people offering you propositions and this and that, listen, your money is safest with yourself. It is. The safest person with your money is yourself. If you're good at keeping it, if you're good at keeping it, not just spend. But nevertheless, if you've got it and you spend it and you run out of money, but at least you've enjoyed yourself, at least someone didn't take it off you and you've got nothing to show for it. Don't ever, in my honest opinion, do any business proposition in the Philippines. If you're going to do business in the Philippines, then do it on your own. Do it on your own. Because I was thinking about doing it a while ago. Because I kind of, because of that guy, I looked into tilapia 4 years ago and the breeding process, and because tilapia are quite hardy fish, so there's not really a lot that can go wrong. But per square meter, there's not that many fish that you can have in a square meter if you want them to be healthy and not stress out and die on you. So you need a lot of, you need big fish pans. So then I just thought, nah, it's not worth it. I'm not buying land to do fish pans. And because you got fish pans, you might have people come and steal your fish. As crazy as that may sound, you'd have to have some kind of security. on there, you know, because if you've got tilapia, someone is going to steal your fish. If it's tilapia, bangus, you know, whatever you are having. And Etor now, the catfish is quite big where I am here. People have a few fish pans of them. But the safest person with your money is yourself. You know, don't take these business propositions. And listen, we didn't come to the Philippines to, you know, to get into business, did we? I certainly didn't. It's like with my wife's land. I didn't come to the Philippines to be a farmer, and I don't intend to be one. And I made that quite clear. So that land, oh, by the way, there's been no interest on that land at all. I didn't think there would be. It's too far out in the wilderness. I don't think she's really advertised it properly anywhere, but I don't know. But never get involved in a business here, I don't think. Never flash your money around. Never lend money, like as a money lender, I mean, you know, with that like interest back sort of thing. Never get involved in business, really. Or unless it's your own business. If it's your own business, fine. If you lose, it's only your money that you've lost. You know, you haven't. No one's give you money out of a scam and you've lost that money, so that doesn't matter. But it's things that I wouldn't do. And blend in with the people. Blend in with the colour like this to them. You know what I mean. Blend in, meaning enjoy the local hospitality. Have a few beers with the people and all that sort of stuff. But that's it. It's just that. I went out in the sun again today because I did a live this morning with some lovely people who was in the chat room and that, and it was great. And I thought, you know, I had a few classes after that. I thought I'm going to do a video about that tilapia guy. Like I said, this is my because he's not here no more now. He was not chased out, but he was warned out, and he did go. Don't blame him. I think if I fell out with the local people here who knew people, which would not happen, and they said to me, get out, I would really, because life is very cheap here, people. In the Philippines, life is cheap. It doesn't mean anything to them. It shows you, the way they slaughter the pigs and that sometimes. It doesn't mean anything. So that being said, people, I'm going to go, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening, and I'm going to upload this video. What day is it today? Friday. I might do a video over the weekend. I might do it live tomorrow, but I think I'll take my little boy fishing in the ocean. Not on the beach, into the ocean. Not take him in the ocean. I might do that this weekend. We will see. But listen, people, thank you for always dropping by and sticking by me and following me. I really do appreciate it. And, for the super thanks and all that sort of stuff that, you give, and the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Really, I really do. And we all keep our fingers crossed for Mira and this baby, okay? We keep our fingers crossed that the baby's going to change from a footling breech to the proper position by the time she gives birth. So everyone, have a little prayer for Mira, have a little prayer for the baby, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. See you next time, people. Over and out. Bye-zy-bye.